Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's definitely been a long time since I have uploaded a video, and I was thinking to myself, what should I upload on this channel? So I figured I'm going to do journaling 101 just because it's something that I've been working a lot within myself, and I feel like it has helped me little by little, and I just feel like showing you the different journals and ideas and pins and prompts, everything that I've been working on, that maybe it could be suitable for you, help you as well. Not saying that you should do this, or if you have another activity that helps you with mindfulness, or when you are stuck in depression or anxiety, then I highly suggest to let everybody else know what you like to do. But I feel like this was something that worked for me, and I feel like I'm seeing little improvements in myself. So I want to show you the journals, and then I'm going to show you everything else step by step in order. That way you know exactly what I'm doing and how you can get started. Okay, so first things first. There's a lot of journals that you can get. There's bullet journals, there's big style journals, like a notebook setting like this, that you can have empty paper like that. Or there are little small journals like this, like that, and then you can just use little things writing inside. You can use these. And then you have a journal like this, it's just small, kind of, I wouldn't say bullets, but you can just figure out how you want to do it yourself. And then you have a journal like this. I see that there's a pattern here, but this is more like a line journal. Again, it just really depends on the journal and your preference. I don't think there really is a preference to use a journal how you want to write, but if you feel like you need to, by all means. That's why we're all different when it comes to this. The reason why I started journaling was to help me become more honest with myself. Not only more honest, but to help me just feel more grateful and mindful about certain things in my life that I wasn't feeling that I had all of these things, because I was doing a lot of comparison to a lot of people. And I decided to find these prompts. And when you do these journal prompts, you kind of have to be really honest about yourself. You can't just BS it and just write. Well, when it tells you a question like, what is one of your biggest goals in your life, you can't be like, well, I want to be a sixth grade teacher because my friend's a sixth grade teacher. Well, maybe that's what your friend's dream is, but what dream is your dream that you want to make happen? So a journal is really something that you have to be, honest, and have to be able to learn how to communicate with it in yourself and know who you are. And I really think it's such a great activity. I do it about an hour in the morning. I try to incorporate it in my everyday routine in the morning. As soon as I wake up, instead of checking my phone, I will journal. I'll find my prompt that I want to do. I do about like maybe 3 to 4 prompts. I would do one on self-love because that's one that I'm currently focusing on myself, is learning how to love myself more deeply and how to have a better relationship with myself, because we are the longest relationship. And then I'm also looking more at like a mental challenge cleanse, meaning how to make my goals happen and not have outside noise, sort of thing. So usually for prompts, what I do is go on Pinterest. I'm sure there's Google, and on Facebook you can also find journaling prompts on groups, and you can have questions of different kinds. One of the prompts that I liked this week that was from the Facebook group was, how do you think heaven looks like? And that really took me a really long second, because even though I'm a believer myself, I just had to think for a moment, and I never really thought about how it would look like. So writing down my journal and thinking about it was just something that I didn't want to lie about. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the journal that I'm currently working on. This journal was given to me by a friend, so I'm not sure exactly where she got it. But you mostly can get them like Walmart, Target, Amazon, all that good stuff. You can find journals pretty much anywhere. So I'm using this one currently because all the ones that I have used before and the two that I have shown I will talk about in a little bit. This one's the one that I'm currently using. It's cute. It's totally me, really girly. Yeah, so I'm using this one. I have done about already 11 journal prompts, so you can barely see them, but these are the journal prompts that I have done, and they are, some of them talk about how to let go, why that situation I can't let go, why I'm still holding attachment. I also talk about 3 truths that I want to make happen, and I go really in depth in my questions, and then I talk about what is your dream life. I feel like everybody, even if you're not a journal person, I feel like you need to ask yourself that question. What is your dream life? What is it that you want to do in your life? What is it that's making you not want to accomplish those dreams? And yeah, it's just making me really think a lot about myself and about my life and the choices that I'm making and the things that I need to focus on more. So I've been doing that every morning for about an hour, and it's just something that I feel like I have come to peace with in myself. The next thing that I'm going to show you is this journal. This one is more of a podcast journal. For those of you who don't know or who do know, I have a podcast called Sleepover Talks. It's on Spotify and the Anchor app. I basically list my show notes and what I want to talk about on here. That way I don't have like a brain fart when I'm talking, because I'm sure I have before and I'm sure I have here as well. But I like to break it down as like an essay prompt. I'll write like the intro, the body paragraph, and conclusion, and the summary. And then I'll talk about like if there's some resources that you need to find, like coping mechanisms. So it's pretty cool how I really like try to make it out to be. Sometimes the shows can be shorter, sometimes the shows are a lot longer. It just really depends on the topic that I do. But yeah, this definitely is what I use for that podcast. When I was in Europe earlier this year, I can't believe it's already like towards the mid-ish year. I bought this journal on Amazon. It's like a nail polish, makeup-ish journal, and I didn't really know what I was gonna do with it. It's just all lines, and so I took it with me to Europe. And it's funny looking back at it now, reading everything that happened in January through March when I came home. Usually when I have a bad day or just not really feeling myself or just need a refresher on life, I usually read my memories. I date them back from, the first journal entry was 1:30. That was when I was on the plane from San Francisco airport to Italy. So I wrote that on the plane. And then my first journal entry was in Rome, Italy. Just talked about my first couple of nights, and then finally went into detail. And then in February, I went and talked about London. So it's pretty fun reading all these journal entries again. And it just goes on to say March 15th, again, I was in London, and it just goes on. It's crazy how that happens, and how sometimes we forget certain memories or certain things, but when we write it down as a journal, I think it's funny to look back and be like, oh, that happened. I didn't remember that, you know? So it was pretty cool to basically write down my Europe trip. This one I bought at Marshall's like about 2-3 years ago. I haven't did anything in it yet. I haven't really like wrote in it yet, just because I feel like this one, I feel like this one is gonna be more about a healing journal for me, even though most of them are healing journals. That's what healing journals are. But I feel like that one I really want to focus more on certain things that are either trauma based or just things in my past or stuff that are still affecting me. So I'm saving that for down the line when I get better with journaling, since I'm not like a whole expert with it, but I feel like that's when I'll be able to use that. This one, I got it when I was in Paris. Yes, I did. I get that when I was in Paris. I like this one because it's just like it has lines. They all have lines. There's some that have blank journals that I really want to get, but I have been able to find, so I think I'm gonna like just go on Amazon and just buy them there. But this one has just the lines on them on there, and I think this one's gonna be more like a quilt, sayings and all that I'm gonna just use for like fun stuff on that. But yeah, the other thing that I like to use is pens. You can use pencil, whatever you feel like, but I like to use pens when it comes to journaling. I have this one that I really like, that I like to use. Got that in Paris. It's like a black pen. Obviously we're not going to be able to see the color on here, but I like to go with little pens like this because I just feel like it writes better, and you can just be able to hold a pen better. I also like to use gel pens. I'm that girl that's still in the 5th grade. I'm at 28 using gel pens. I really love using gel pens, especially different colors. Like there's orange, green, purple, all different color variations. I really like using those sometimes with my, I'll write out my prompt and then I will do my answer with this pen or another black pen, but it's mainly this pen that I like to use, and I usually take my time to focus on it. You can use anything you want. I even see people use Sharpies, markers. They even get, like, if magazines are still a thing, they'll even have little cutouts of magazines with words on things like sayings and all that stuff. So I really think it truly depends on your style and your technique and your uniqueness and how you want your journal to be. And I really think that when it comes to a journal, it's kind of like a diary basically, but you're being honest and vulnerable about it in your own way. If you feel like sharing it with others, that's great. I haven't shared it with anyone yet, but maybe I will if I want to. Another thing about journal prompts, I would recommend going on Pinterest and also Google and try see if there are journal prompt books. I'm sure there's some out there, and you can have so many prompts about 30-day challenges, self-love prompts, any other kind of specific prompt I'm sure you'll be able to find. And having those prompts are able to help you understand yourself better, and not only understand yourself better, but you will be able to know who you are, as well as you're discovering yourself when doing these prompts, because it's a little bit of a challenge and you have to be honest about who you are in this moment. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I have 2 already filmed for you, so I will be making sure when I'm going to upload this one and the other 2 for you guys. But I hope you guys enjoyed about journaling, and I will link everything down in the box, that way you guys can check out everything about journaling. And if you have any tips, let us know in the comments down below. See you guys next time.